Let me review the top new features of Adobe Director 11. First, you have a variety of user interface enhancements. You have a center docking channel with tabbed layout that allows you to use the tabs to move to different windows. So there's my text window, my script window, and my score in the stage. Notice that my score and stage can now be docked together, either left to right or up and down. The message and cast windows are now tool windows. The debugger window, which was part of the script window, is now a separate window. And at least in the Windows operating system version of Director, you have these options for helping float and unfloat or dock and undock windows. For example, here the cast window, I can grab this little patterned area there and drag and drop it over here. Likewise, I can detach the property inspector. This is similar to other Adobe tools such as Flash, Dreamweaver, Fireworks, and Photoshop. You can undock and dock panels, at least in the Windows versions of those programs. Director now has Unicode support. This allows the development of Shockwave content and projector movies in languages other than English. Create content in most Unicode supported languages written from left to right. Director 11 also has a new text engine. You can display textual information in Adobe Shockwave Player as well as projector movies using the font shaping and improved font rendering features of the Bitstream font engine. You also have bitmap filters. Go back to the stage here. Let's go ahead and move my stage up above here. I have these collapsible panels now as well, like you do with other CS3 versions of Adobe software. Let's go ahead and compress my score. So the bitmap filters allow you to apply effects to bitmap images. So let's click on that bitmap there on the stage, and then let's bring up my property inspector. Let's detach my cast window and close that. And take out code library as well. And let's bring up the property inspector. Property inspector is hiding down here, but if we bring that open and click on the bitmap, there is a filters tab here as soon as you click on the bitmap, and you have a variety of filters: displacement map filter, convolution matrix, adjust color. Let me demonstrate some of these. Gradient glow filter, where you can add a gradient, change the angle. Bevel filter for adding bevels. Common filter, as well as you'll notice there's a drop shadow filter. Let's add a drop shadow to that. And the last filter there is the blur filter. Add a blur. Let's add a blur to this graphic. There's a blur. So Director now supports bitmap filters much as you have in Fireworks and Photoshop. Also, there's an improved publishing process now in Director, including a much more comprehensive Publish Settings dialog. One of the tabs here is the Files tab, where you can now automatically copy linked cast files and dependent files to the same relative location to the projector as they are to the movie file. This will get all of your linkage files and cast members correct. Notice you have buttons here for adding dependent files, removing files, checking files, and then adding additional Director movies and casts, as well as removing those casts. Another new feature in Director 11 is, notice it in the Projector tab here, you have options for both creating Windows projectors and Macintosh projectors from the same version of Director. In the past, you had to buy a Mac version of Director to create Macintosh projectors. And likewise for Windows. Here in the Windows version of Director, notice that I can publish Macintosh projectors. Let me continue with additional new features found in Director 11 in the next movie.